Just a friendly reminder that the opinions expressed on this show are not worth a Canadian penny, so disregard anything you hear that might get anyone in trouble. And despite some of the great ideas you may hear, don't try them at home. Go to a friend's house instead.
It's time to get a gun. That's what I've been thinking. Well, I could afford one. And if I did just a little less drinking, time to put something between me and the sun. When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.
Welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 641, recording live on February 11th, 2026. I'm one of your hosts, Dustin, the movie gun guy, question mark?
I am out of town Tony.
I'm Kyle.
Kyle, the soon-to-be chased out of your state. I don't know. I lost it there.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just have to rub it in a little bit. Like you have to feel,
yeah.
You know, we first you get chased out of the country with this nonsense, and now you're being chased out of your state, which is...
and it's been every year.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I thought the language was...
But at least it's not like it's like at any given moment.
No.
It's okay. There's a period of 1 month a year where they could potentially make some big changes.
It sounds like I don't think those changes are going to last long, even if they do. But anyway,
well, no, like they. We'll get into that in the news.
We can talk about it then. Good to see you guys. What a week it has been. You know what? I'm going to talk about what I did in guns first, if that's all right. Because I've done a whole bunch in guns this week, you guys. Let's do that. Oh, nope. Wrong one. There we go. Oh, I screwed it up. There we go. Sorry, Dustin's driving a little bit, a little shaky today. So this week in guns, I got to finally have my meeting with my MP, and I feel like they knew I was coming. I thought I was totally prepared with OBS for like all contingencies, because I've done this before, and I don't know if they've got something new set up through Zoom, but they had it so that there was just no way, even like doing the screen, just like my whole monitor grab, there's like white box over their video. So there's something going on there. They definitely...
Sounds like you need the old traditional way. Well, for some listeners out there, you may remember the old way of taking a screenshot. They have a molded piece of plastic. You point your film camera at it. So you're going to do the same thing.
Okay.
Point your phone at the screen the whole time you're talking.
All right, so Tony, you know what's really funny about that? Last time, 15 months ago, my last meeting with my MP, I was prepared for that contingency, and I didn't need it. I had prepared enough that wasn't necessary. So dumb me didn't set that up this time. Dude,
if you are prepared for it, you don't need it.
Last time,
prepared for it, you will need it.
I didn't just have my phone set up last time. I had my camera set up, ready to point at the monitor. Like I was ready, loaded for bear. Didn't need any of it. And so I came unprepared this time, and I did it again. I got it. There we go. Yeah, man. I'm upset. I got the audio. I am upset because I really let him get me out of my groove a couple of times. My note for myself is definitely brevity. I should have really picked like 3 or 4 points and just hit him with those over and over and over again for 15 minutes. I didn't. That's my bad, but there'll be a post-mortem. I'll probably put a couple of little clips with some, AI art. But the extra kick in the teeth was I had written a nice response that I was prepared to send this week, like it was going to be a week after my meeting, to just like a follow-up, like, hey, thank you for your time. I actually didn't get solid answers to questions like 1 through 6. Can you please give me a formal answer to these questions or things that I specifically asked during our meeting? And then yesterday happened, and it might be a minute before I send a message about that for listeners listening later. Yesterday, we had an unfortunate tragedy up in northern BC, and we'll talk about that in the news. And I was not in the mood for Tony and I didn't even get to hang out yesterday because we were supposed to, and I was not feeling it by the end of the day. I got to be honest. However, I have still gotten to do some other cool stuff. Let me tell you about my first week of some live, well, not live, be very careful, blank fire training with our cast. We did 3 sessions of blank fire training last week, which was spectacular with 3 different cast members and my wonderful in our wonderful training space, and it was really fun. Starting out with something as simple as a revolver and just getting to play around with different load sizes, because blanks come. We usually do blanks in quarter, half, or full loads. There's a 3/4 too, but if the half didn't get it done, let's go full. So we played around with some different blanks and some different guns. Our first cast member was just something simple, just revolver. And when we threw in those half load blanks, were spectacularly close to what it looks like when you're shooting an actual 357. I enjoyed that quite a bit. And then we kind of worked our way up. The next cast member I had, we got to play with some more fun guns. It was the we'll call it the maiden voyage of machine gun fire for this season of the show, which was great. It was her first time shooting a machine gun, which was also cool. And then we had our last cast member of the day had never fired a gun before, never touched a gun before, totally brand new to it. And by the end of it, looked at both myself and our on-set armorer who was there too. Big smile on their face, like, oh, you guys have awoken something. I have to do more of this. And we both looked at each other and we're like, yeah, that's right, you do. So that was really cool. Getting to introduce an actor who's on an up. They're on an uptrend. They're going to be properly famous soon. They already have a decent amount of fame, but knowing that we've kind of at least given them just the littlest bit of the gun itch was really cool. Got my gun lair all set up. There's some cool cabinets for storing all of our replicas and all of our rubber stuff, where they're still able to be like locked up, but out, which they were not being stored ideally before. So we had carpentry build us some cool cabinets and gun racks and some stuff that I hope to buy from the show afterwards for my own inventory stuff, because they're really cool. And so did that. That was fun. Lots of back and forth with the CFO lately, which has also been really fun. Not a second of like personal gun time to be had, if I can be completely honest. But this has been my life for the last little bit, and it feels good. Bringing some video game guns to life is cool, and like making some things happen in reality is pretty neat. So. All right. What about you, Kyle? What's new in your world in guns?
Well, I haven't actually done a lot. I've been busy. It's been a couple weeks, but some stuff did arrive. So I had ordered the Real Avid barrel nut kit, so that came in.
Ooh.
And it is quite the kit.
Wow, that is nice.
Get some better light on that here.
How many types of barrel nuts are out there?
Wow.
There's a few. Everyone likes to do their own proprietary thing. So
that's the weirdest thing. I know the standard, like the prickly mil spec one, and then just everyone went off the rails. Like, we need our own.
Well,
type.
And it's funny because like actually a lot of them now are doing like more standard sizes, like 1 5/16. But the deal with this, like, and I tried it, just going out and buying a normal crow's foot socket,
Doesn't fit.
They're thinner.
Ooh, yeah.
So like I have one that I modified. I bought a crow's foot to do the barrel nut, but I had to grind so much down on it just to get it to fit. So now it should just fit. Comes with its own torque wrench, so it's all in one kit.
Nice. You're rapidly running out of space in that little room, aren't you?
I'm out of space in this little room. And with that order, they sent a free knife.
Ooh,
It's actually not bad. You know,
Nice.
It is spring assist, but
How
That's
assist is it? Like, is it Canada illegal assist?
yes, it's Canada illegal.
Okay.
Any spring assist is
It's
illegal in
Canada.
Canada.
well, that's according to the CBSA.
Yes, but like it is, you can feel it when it's a liner lock, but you can feel it, like it stops right there, and you gotta pop it in.
Okay.
So, but yeah, actually, not a bad knife for a free knife. So,
I love a free knife.
Christmas purchase. I know we were laughing about it with MDT and their slingshot.
Oh, you didn't.
Oh, I did. It was supposed to. I was trying to get it here for Christmas, but
How much was it?
it was $100.
It's not too bad then for MDT product.
Yeah, and like it's a lot smaller than anticipated.
You would imagine. Oh, what?
Oh, wow.
That's a
Like-
cop out.
That's like.
I
that's-
didn't get the long handle because this was actually 4 gauge.
Yeah,
Fair
that's
enough.
gauge
But-
sized. That's.
You can get the pistol grips for them and everything, but I
are you
didn't
gonna
get
give 'em,
any
like-
extra stuff with it.
No wrist support or anything.
Well, yeah, I thought
No.
you can slap
No,
it.
but it comes with a tunable strap. So I've measured and got the draw length for gauge. I probably could have left a
Tunable.
little bit more on there, but I mean, like it's seems decent. It's got a little peep sight on it,
That's
so you
cool.
can see it there.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, when we go out camping next, we'll take that out and see if we can't get a squirrel or something.
That's
I was
crazy.
gonna say,
Wow.
the squirrels need to be aware when you guys go out into the. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like it's anodized. It's really nicely built. Like
That's really nice.
so.
Completely random before
Yeah.
you keep going. When you guys go camping, like you're in the desert, you don't. What do you call it when you're going out camping? It's like, is it still out in the
I don't-
bush?
I go find bush. I don't go
Okay.
camp out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, fair.
Like we got the Guadalupe's. Lincoln National Forest is a couple hours away.
Oh,
So usually when we're camping, we're on a road trip.
right.
So yeah. That came in. My Savior bags came in as well.
Ooh.
So this is the 42-inch Specialist.
I like that.
Looks
That's
very nice
our
and padded.
Honeycomb hex on here, and
I like that.
like it's got shoulder straps in there, a couple pockets. So that'll be good for my PCC, or when I'm doing like single long gun.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it too short for the shotgun, but it was more intended for PCC.
That's fair.
But then I got their 55-inch Urban Warfare double rifle case.
Ooh.
And it was intended to replace my Voodoo Tactical that I got back in 2018. That is seen better days.
This
Dang,
one.
years old, so
But one thing, like it's very, very similar. But one really, I don't know how they did it. But my rifle and shotgun are in here right now.
No.
wow, it retains its shape. Amazing.
Really?
Yes, and like extremely thin.
What? Dude.
Get some light here.
Dude.
Rifle and shotgun.
That's
That's
fantastic.
actually crazy. Like for the listeners, it's completely flat and it's a soft bag.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't imagine it will like plumb out more like a cylinder as you load it up. But
Yeah, and like my Voodoo, like they're great bags, but I would say at least another half again thicker. Like it's a bulky bag,
Right.
and I don't feel like pulling it out of the closet to show right now. But it's got Molly on the front, so I could attach some different panels. One thing I did wish that the Voodoo did have was some Molly to attach other bags.
Yeah. Wait. What? You have Molly right there.
Yeah, this is on the Savior, on the Voodoo,
Oh,
the
right.
one I've been using for forever.
Right.
So like the pockets are a little bit different, so that's gonna take some getting used to. But on the same token, I've really switched up my my loadout when I go to matches, so I don't need as much space in the rifle bag. Just because while with the Voodoo you can carry your entire match on your back, you don't want to.
Right.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to having that at Superstition, and then I'll leave another bag for guys coming down that don't have bags or whatever, because Superstition they want you bagged, and it sucks walking them around holding them. So yeah, I'll provide another bag for someone to use. And yeah, I'm so far very impressed with the like all the Savior gear, but very impressed with that, like especially the thickness, the way I was able to pack that in there, and like it's not bulging at the seams, it's not difficult to zip together. Like,
That's gorgeous. I want one. I'm curious to hear your review after I'm really curious what the 3-month review is like with it.
yeah. So yeah, we'll do after Superstition in Texas. So because Texas is in April, and yeah.
Okay.
But I've been using that sling bag. It's interesting. The sling bag I used before, feel like it was smaller, but it felt like it had more space. But I really like that Savior sling bag. It's been working out pretty good. The grip, because last time I was on, we were on YouTube, and I can actually pull it out. And one interesting thing with it that kind of makes it a bit of a pain with holsters and everything. So there's the old grip module,
Right.
and then there's the Tyrant CNC, and
Is the trigger guard wider? Or is
yeah, no, it's thinner.
It's
It's
way
thinner on the Tyrant.
Yeah.
It's black. It's hard to tell, but
No, it's definitely thicker.
yeah, like the factory is thicker. So lately I've just been, because I've been working a lot and I can't carry a gun to work. So for church and whatnot, I do the sling bag, and I end up just having to modify a Kydex holster for that. So yeah, that a bit of a pain, but I mean, it's Kydex. That's why you do Kydex, because it's easy to modify and tweak to your gun.
I do like that. You need a little bit cut out, need a little trim here. It's heat formable. I love thermoplastic. That's great.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I'm heading. We're going to be away this weekend, so yeah, I won't get anything done this weekend. Next weekend is supposed to be a local match, but yeah, I gotta get to the range because Superstition is fast approaching, and I gotta find some time next bit to get to the range and get some shoots and done.
Absolutely.
So, and now that wrenches and stuff are here, get building some guns too.
Yeah, you've got a few guns to build, don't you?
I got a few, yeah. Not too bad. But yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Tony, how about you?
Tony looks like he is being held captive.
The major thing, well, it feels like quarantine time, doesn't it? But I've actually never been to quarantine camps because I didn't fly during that period, so I never get to experience it. The major thing I want to talk about is back home, and as Dustin has mentioned previously, I'm in the greater Vancouver area, but I did get to visit a Vancouver gun store, Italian Sporting Goods. I saw a user, not on our Discord, but the Canadian Fire Enthusiast Guns Discord, mentioning they took a picture. It's like they have really cheap Magpul extended mag release. I've been eyeing these things for a long time.
Oh, is that for?
Do I really need it? But I really wanted one because, again, small hand syndrome.
Wait, hold it up a little bit. Oh, you bought a couple, hey?
So what's the rule of things got cheap? You buy 3. And what's the rule number 2 is you got to call Adriel because we're all from Alberta. So, and
Yeah,
you
so
know
one
what
of-
happens to Adriel? The best way to get him to respond to your text messages is, especially for good deals, is you step outside the door and
Right,
he will respond right there.
of
So
course.
that didn't work, unfortunately, because they closed. But I bought 3, but really I only need 1 because I only have 1 match gun, the PAR. So I think he is probably getting the other 2.
Nice.
I was there for a little bit. They have this clearance section.
Yep.
Looking through it, there's some RCBS dies. I was looking at that. They don't really have anything I need. I was looking at, they have brass, like really odd brass, like 475 Limbaugh, things like that. And I was like, moving around. I'm waiting for there's some other news coming back from Thunder Bay. Remember my buddy? He had the Vortex scope in the loophole rings. They slipped because I didn't torque them enough. They torqued it. It's still slipping, which I just don't understand why it's doing that. Like torque 2 loophole specs. So he's looking for a new set of rings. Like they have cheap Weaver rings here. Do you want them? But in the end, we weren't able to figure out if it's going to be tall enough for his scope, so we didn't. I was looking things around. I was like flipping over all the things because there's stuff stuck on things. And I found 450 Bushmaster brass for like half off. I was like, yoink! Mine. So now I have some A/B testing. There's this Facebook group for Canadian reloaders. I think it's called a Canadian Reloading Room or something. And a lot of members tend to hate on Hornady brass. I don't know why. I've had some range pickup 308 Hornady brass that worked quite well for me so far. They do have really weird wrinkles on the shoulders for some reason, but they don't seem to affect the performance. So these are cheap enough that I just picked them up. Come in a bag, standard stuff. And we'll see how well they work out comparing to Starline brass. I think they're like the 2 major company that's even producing brass for 450. So not a lot of options out there. Who else? I think Winchester may have like their own brass for their own lows, but I've never really played with too many options for loaded ammo. For Federals, they're using Starline brass. So if you're buying factory Federal, you're getting good brass out of it. The other news is I did shoot a steel challenge with Adriel's 1911 over the weekend, but
Nice.
the whole sandwich problem is giving me some issues where the base plate is fine. The adapter plate keep getting loose, so I have to take off my optics, tighten it every time. Despite having it torqued already, it's still coming loose. So I don't know if the screws are too long, so I have to inspect that. But the screws for the optics itself was fine. So yeah, the whole sandwich
So
situation
your
is
adapter plate is coming loose.
Oh,
Yes, correct.
Curious, you might be onto something with it being too long. Did you by chance, I know, silly question, put like Loctite, like blue Loctite on it?
The screws came with Loctite on them, so I just torqued them to spec.
Not Tony
Maybe
spec.
that's no.
Well, he
No.
likes to ignore loophole specs, so yeah.
Well, that has the issue of Loophole was using a really odd Allen key size that I can't even find in town, which is kind of crazy. It was like, what kind of crazy fastener are you guys using? But I have a Vortex like torque wrench now, so I torque freaking everything because the more I use it, the more I'm saving money, right? That's how things.
Yeah, I think you might be onto
Backwards.
something with screws being too long,
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
if it's like touching the bottom of the
bottoming out. Yeah.
off the plate and it's bouncing around. Overall, I did okay despite zeroing challenges. I was doing the zero with my buddy, and it's like my first shot is right on target, and then my second shot is like 10 centimeters high. So what the fuck? I know I'm not a very good pistol shooter, but I don't think I'm that bad. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's more shake than it's supposed to do. So that's a project for probably this weekend, maybe, but we'll see. I'll still need to get back to IPSC and ask them how do they want me to requalify for the whole thing and see if I get to shoot more matches that way. But the gun ran really well, so that's good.
Nice.
And I was comparing the scores to the other 1911 that I borrowed before, and I guess the conclusion is I shoot a iron sight gun decently fast, which is kind of crazy, but again, I'm not moving. I'm just a tourist standing there, standing and delivering. So maybe that isn't as challenging. I'm not running around raising my heart rates and everything. So also, I'm not double tapping targets because that's how Steel Challenge works. So multiple factors that may have skewed my performance, as in my red dot didn't provide me a good, big enough advantage in those circumstances. But
Well, yeah, if you
I
keep
have
it
to
tight, then yeah.
that too. Well, it's funny because it's over time, right? So you'll get loosened as the strings go on. You have 5 strings to go. So like by the third run, like the best performer has fallen off. I'm not willing to take the gun off the line in the middle of the run. So I suffered through.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun. Yeah, good to put a pistol back in my hand. And the stickies, the safety walk, 3M safety walks on the front was working pretty good. So that's good. Yeah,
Cool.
That's about all I did in guns.
Nice. I mean, we all did some stuff in guns for a change. That's kind of good, right?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Well, wonderful. I guess with that being finished, Tony, I guess we're gonna move on to upcoming events. Oh, look at that. There's some upcoming events. Although I don't know if we should read the hunting gear guy, firearms training, because if he just doesn't want to be. I'm kidding. I'll read them. So for folks that are interested, hunting gear guy firearms training. That's hggfirearmstraining.ca. Has their 2026 schedule live. There is a course February 21st in St. Lena. That's a PAL course. In fact, most of these are PAL courses. February 28th, SPFGA. March 1st, also SPFGA. March 14th. And finally, there is, in fact, an RPAL course, March 15th, same place. Chaz 3-gun matches. Check out 3gun.ca. There's a March 14th match. Chaz opens this Saturday, February 14th. Simplified divisions this year. We got Clipazine, limited and unlimited. Mini rifles /PCC, limited and unlimited. And open. They keep trying to take things away from us, and we just don't die. That's right.
Sure. For people wondering, SPFGA is Sherwood Park.
Sherwood Park Fishing Game, yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't live in the land of freedom of the free state of Alberta and Kanakistan. So I just the slightly more free state.
Do I assume that not more people bought Turkish semi-autos and game my run this year in open in hopes to get third?
No.
And get a medal?
Tony, for the love of all things holy, just shoot what you are most comfortable shooting. Don't go for game.
No. It's gonna be the same setup. I'm just running in a different division.
Tony, question. I noticed there's been a couple shotgun things going on at BTSA. Have you gone to any of them?
Yes, but not this.
Because I saw last month. I think there's been a couple of them that.
Last month was
that David put on.
Last month was mini rifle. I shot that. They shot a shotgun this weekend, right before Steel Challenge. I was busy, so I only get to shoot one of them out of the weekend. So probably more to come. I did shoot a few of them last year. Dave organized, Dave Knox.
Okay,
cool. All right. With that, now Kyle, would you be able to be so kind as bring the news articles up while I go through them? I have a lot going on on my
Okay,
rig.
yeah.
I might crash it. So
I do not have them open, but I
Oh,
will
I'm so-
do what I can.
I also do not. I actually usually rely on Tony, but Tony being in his
I
kidnapped,
have computer challenges.
yeah.
Yep. No, I'm working on it right now.
Thank you kindly. For our listeners, it looks like Lockhart MRA semi-auto is live? Question mark.
It's
Uh,
what? It's what? Sorry,
just 1 second. We'll all look at it
it's
together here.
dead. Basically,
Is it? Oh, it's dead. Okay.
it's dead. So I brought this story to you. They
Okay.
teased saying, well, do you have an MRA Renegade? We'll convert it to semi-auto for you.
Oh my
And
god.
MRA came out saying, well, we do not condone this. We object to this. They never talked to us. But Lockhart was going to push on with it.
And then they
In the
didn't.
end, someone went ask. This is on Reddit. They sent an email in saying, "Are you still offering this service?" Basically, they said no. RCMP said no. But that's the funny part is
Shocker.
Lockhart in the beginning says the RCMP approved it. So I guess we are still waiting for the conspiracy.
Man,
That's
if
their
they're not
rifle's
careful-
name, not the conspiracy, but their rifle's name is called the conspiracy. Anyway, you get it.
You know, God bless Lockhart for all of the like edge pushing. Like they dance real dangerously right on the edge. At some point, man, they are going to get themselves into some trouble if they're not careful.
What's the saying for they're playing with fire?
I have to play with fire long enough, you always get burned. And now moving
You guys
on.
keep talking. I'm good.
Well, at least no customer got burned. So
This time, they've pushed their luck a couple of times. I could name a couple of customers who've been burned before by some of their dealings. So, but that's all right. I respect and appreciate them being out there, folks. You know, the firearms industry is brutal. Firearms industry in Canada is like playing on extra hard mode, blindfolded with a hand tied behind your back, and the RCMP constantly pointing a gun at you. But they're still around, so I got some respect. They're going to get themselves into some trouble. All right, do we have the next thing ready to go here? Not first come, first serve. Oh, yes, so I did see this one. Again, the land of freedom that is Alberta. You guys have a kick-ass CFO, Terry Bryant, laying it out on how the buyback is certainly not first come, first serve. Looks like it's mostly the money is going to be funneled into Quebec, and everybody else can kind of go pound sand. There's a really... Oh, sorry?
No, I'm just trying to do something here because that clip is only 57 seconds long.
you
So
can try to play it.
Oh, yeah, if the audio is good, we should play it, because...
They have had 3 years to apply for the necessary licensing. They haven't done so. And so it's up to them to figure out how to do it. Like, they were under no obligation to do their job.
Now, are there Albertans, though, telling you that they want federal compensation, that they want to be part of this program?
Not many. And in fact, it doesn't really matter whether they want it or not, because Minister Ananda Sangari has said that he's not going to pay anybody in Alberta. The program is also set up so that virtually all of the money is likely to go to Quebec because of some peculiarities of the way the program is set up. So it's highly unlikely that people outside Quebec will get much. And Minister Ananda Sangari says he doesn't care. He's not given anything to Alberta. They have had 3 years to...
So the point that she's making there is that the federal government has had 3 years to apply for the permit or license that the Alberta provincial government has made a requirement for any confiscation effort, and the federal government has made zero attempts to even try to apply for that license. Now, we all understand they were never going to get that license, but they didn't even try, right? So I find that interesting. Alberta rocks. You guys have a cool CFO, and I'm envious more and more every day. And yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting seeing how this all shakes out over this year. Like, this is it. Oh yeah. Oh, so this next one, the hammer and the person does the combined harm. So you know what? How long is this clip? We
It's like almost 4 minutes long.
you do. All right. You know what? Let's play it. Let's send it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, it's movie night on Slamfire.
Yeah.
Court, since it was a hammer that was used, did she die by the actions of the hammer or the person wielding the weapon?
How's the level?
I would say that
As the Minister of Public Safety, do you know which weapon of opportunity is specifically used against women in cases of intimate partner violence and homicide?
sorry, beg your pardon, what's the
The specific weapon that is normally used in cases of intimate partner violence and homicide? Do you know which weapon that would be?
there are a range of weapons, including firearms.
And what is the number one?
I am
It's hands, Gary.
I'm guessing fists. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
You don't have that number at the top of your head, Minister?
You can chop off your hands now.
According to the stats I have, 65 to 70%, it says hands contribute to violence against women by pushing, beating, or choking. And sexual assaults are up 76%. So do you know what weapon was used in the murder of Bailey McCourt?
sorry, what was that?
Do you know what weapon was used in the murder of Bailey McCourt?
No, I'm not aware.
Okay. Well, it was a hammer. In the death of Bailey McCourt, since it was a hammer that was used, did she die by the actions of the hammer or the person wielding the weapon?
I would say that in many cases, or cases of intimate partner violence, it is an individual that is responsible. There are different
Interesting.
weapons that are used in that context. And I would say that it is a combination of the individual who is using the weapon to cause harm on an individual.
So then you agree a hammer is an inanimate tool and can only do harm through the person who intends to use it to do harm? Is that correct?
Look, I'm not an expert, Ms. Cody. I would
This is his fallback for everything. I'm not
here
an
to
expert.
talk to you generally about the work that we're doing to
I understand
ensure
that, but can you answer my
because
question? It's a simple
appreciate-
question.
well, if I may, I appreciate where you're going with this, and what I would suggest is that
Can you answer the question, though, sir, Minister? In all due respect, it's my time, and I think I'm asking a question. Can you answer it? Is it the hammer that does the killing, or is it the person behind the hammer?
it is a combination of both.
So the hammer can act on its own?
It is a combination of both. Okay,
So a
it is-
hammer
it is
can
the
come off a
individual
shelf
who
and
has-
kill
it is
someone?
the
Could be gravity.
individual who has the hammer, who can use the hammer in a way that can be very harmful.
So it's the person.
It is a combination of both.
Hey,
But the person wields
He's-
the hammer is what I'm asking you, which is what you're telling me.
at least he's smart enough to realize where it's going to go if he answers a certain way.
Right.
The guy's a joke.
He really is.
They're willing to bend.
Oh, wait.
I'm not here to talk about the compensation program, Ms. Cody. I'm here to talk to you
But it has
in
to
a
do with
broader
public
sense.
safety, sir.
Well, I believe that this issue has been litigated a number of times, and I believe that this conversation,
Okay, that's not
the
answering my
discussion
question,
that's
Minister,
taking
so
place
in all due
here-
respect, I'll continue to the next one. Will your Liberal government admit that getting dangerous offenders off the streets is a priority instead of going after law-abiding Canadians with a gun confiscation scam to protect not just women, but all Canadians? Yes or no?
I want to thank the over 22,000 people who registered, 22,000 firearms that were
My question
registered
is to
within
you,
the first
sir.
week.
Are you willing to protect the women and all Canadians by going after dangerous offenders? Yes or no?
It is part of the job that we have.
He is.
It's part of like that's basically saying, oh, it's in the job description.
Yeah.
It's crazy though, because he doesn't even know how many firearm owners actually submitted the report. He just assumed, oh, there's 22,000 guns. So that means
Oh no,
must
he
mean
he,
everyone
he
have them.
knows, and he knows the number
It'll be a
hasn't
smaller
really
number for
grown
sure.
since the first week, and that's why that they're using the over
Right,
22,000.
exactly.
I am going to note for our listeners, this is week 3 that the firearms confiscation for maybe some compensation program has been active, and this is the second week that the government has curiously not released any new numbers on how many people have registered.
Yeah.
And that number will never recover, right? So
No, I don't think that number is going up. Yeah.
No.
So I don't know. It's just all right. The thing I find interesting about this is like the weasel words that they use. I mean, my MP was terrible for this too, right? Like the number of times he fell back on the argument. Well, it was in the platform during the election. That's we're executing on the platform the promises that we made. Then you bring up, well, what about the promise for transparency? Like I remind him, because my MP's been around since 2015, that there was a pretty important to me platform objective for to fix the election system so that they were fair, but that went away. It's all weasel words.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just another example of a politician dancing around the questions.
It's fun, but just the complete inability to recognize, no, that hammer on its own will never harm anyone short of like Tony said, gravity taking hold of a hammer hanging up high somewhere that gets bumped down and somebody takes it in the noodle by accident.
That's still the person placing it. It's negligence, though. So
100%. Yeah. All right, moving right along. Do you know Canada has a Glock Gen 6 for evidence?
I think it's just go to like 30 second 33, I think. It should get you into like a spot, the link.
Oh, is it in this video?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah. This is.
I just found it too funny that like the one now they just have Gen 6 Glocks now like in the evidence. That was too quick. I don't even think how many people have them on the commercial market. Like, what the fuck?
What does that tell you about how efficient the black market is at getting guns?
It's much faster than any importers.
I don't know. Like, if you had set the handgun ban aside, I don't know how many Gen 6 Glocks we'd see on the legal market right now. Like,
near zero.
Yeah. Like, a couple of guys who own them, but.
This is actually very curious because, it looks like there's a few.
Yeah.
Like
a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's never been on the market legally in Canada?
A Gen 6
Gen 6 Glock.
Gen 6 Glock, yeah. That handgun ban predates that gun. So I don't know. It's baffling to me. Anyway, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and I was just really looking to see if there was maybe footage from the States, but no, it's Cornwall.
No, that is Canada on terrible. All right, so this next one, I think this is really truly beautiful.
This is really fucking funny.
I know.
I predicted this, but golly, that is next level.
All right, so for our listeners, the Carney Liberal government responded to an Access to Information Act request for the make and model and amount of compensation for the 25 guns confiscated during the Cape Breton test pilot scam. And the document that they submitted in the most transparent government
ever. Yes, they claimed it.
They redacted everything. It is a
80% of the whole page.
Just like they told you, hey, we had 26 guns, and that's literally all we got here was the quantity and then a dollar value.
Yeah,
you have the numbers of guns in total, the numbers of guns individually, and then the total amount they paid.
Yeah, so it looks like
that's it.
It was broken out by person because there's like two people who gave 2 guns in. Everyone else is a single gun turn in.
That's weird because didn't somebody turn in like 12 or something like that? I thought there was one person.
I don't know.
I don't know. But this is just like
actually, Kyle, I think I have a counter argument to that. It says price per firearm. So I'm thinking there are duplicates of the same model, as in there are
maybe
2 SKSs.
It could be by model,
price. Yeah. So I'm that's my guess. Again, you can't interpret the data on this. Give this to a data scientist. They
grid with quantity.
Data? It is big. It is a big redacted. Like what is like? I didn't realize that the gun confiscation information was part of the Epstein files, but I mean, like
wow.
So well done, the most transparent liberal government we've ever had.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it is make model. You can faintly see it at the top.
Oh my God! They didn't even
Firearms
do a very
reference
good,
number, make model.
they didn't even do a very good job redacting it. Then.
Well, that's just in the header. They
Yeah.
just don't know how to make a header legible. So
Oh yeah. Now I see it. So for listeners, it's white on white.
Yeah.
For some reason, the right side is gray, white on gray, which is way
Yeah.
more visible. So
That is a
But-
piece of beauty.
yeah.
Well, I mean, who's shocked? You want to see my shocked face?
mhm. I am actually shocked. I thought there would have been a little bit more information or just a flat out no. I'm actually very impressed by this redaction. Like that they had the gall to put this out.
This
That's
from the
crazy,
same
though.
this from the same federal government that not once but twice told a federal court justice to pound sand when ordered to release documentation to justify their stance on.
Oh yeah, because client privilege or not client.
No, it's
cabinet
cabinet privilege. Yes, it was
Yeah.
top secret. It was top
Yeah.
secret information. Really, really important.
Yeah.
I know, absolutely gross. In other news, the Winnipeg mayor denies endorsing the gun buyback program. That was just a small piece of information. I don't even think there's a link there. He's backpedaling, but I don't know. Basically, his
What's
stance
hard
is
to
it's completely
say,
the
is it?
police's fault. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a politician being a weaselly politician. You know, we don't even have a link for it. It's minor information. I'm just glad I don't
Yeah,
live in Winnipeg.
He did go on camera and say some things. Apparently, he has a gun owner and stuff. So I don't know. It
Sure he
could be either way. Kelly did provide some insider information on how, like, the interaction between the municipality and the police department, and they may or may not have a say in what they are going to work on, which
Yeah.
is interesting because if you don't do, I'm guessing there's two sides to it. It's either it's going to be fair either way if you give me the funding or not, or I don't know.
Man, we're in the upside down, and we have been for so long. In both recent and kind of blast from the past news, I don't know if everybody remembers. About 5 years ago, there's like little rumblings. There's a bit of a data breach the federal government had. Turns out that there was a pretty big hack to the gun licensing program, and there was data breach that might have affected all
2.2 million people.
Yeah, so that would be everyone holding a firearms license was affected by this. This is a joke.
Yeah.
Now my question is, were I affected because I did my training in August of 21? Have I been a firearms owner for almost 5 years? I guess I have. I got my license like October, November-ish. So maybe I dodged it, but God knows.
So a log prepared by the Office of the Privy Commissioner obtained under access to information legislation shows that the breach affected 2.2 million people was reported by the RCMP in September 2021. The breach was caused by cyber incident malware and resulted in unauthorized access.
Someone must have clicked on something wrong.
Yeah.
It looks like there was a third-party mailing service. Company had been a victim of a ransomware attack, and the Canadian Firearms Program was identified as being a client that was impacted by their third-party service provider. So yeah, there's a good chance that if you hold a firearms license, or you did prior to September 2021, your data is probably out there. But again, you want to see my shock face? The government didn't protect your data the way they said they would.
Yeah.
Who's shocked? Kyle, this next little piece of news is from your neck of the woods. Now I know I'm poking fun at you, but you want to talk about it?
No, not really, but oh no, I can't escape it. So it's New Mexico doing New Mexico things. They're in their 30-day legislative session, and they got a new one going now. We're basically banning semi-auto rifles. Actually going as far, I think 50 Beowulf was on the list too, and
really
rifles with detachable mags that can carry more than 10 rounds. It's passed the Senate. It is now going to various parties in the House. And if it passes the House, our governor will gleefully sign it into effect. And then they'll get taken to court, just like for, I think it was Virginia and a bunch of other states that decided to do semi-auto bans. And that was quickly overturned. So, yeah.
I don't understand. Like, they're just setting fire to taxpayer money down there. Like, they know that it's unconstitutional. They know they're going to
absolutely.
lose.
Yeah, they know it.
But
they just look at California and say, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, well,
but it doesn't pan out. So,
well, especially like this year, I feel like is like because the SCOTUS is going to be looking at a couple of kind of big assault weapons ban cases stateside this year, if I'm not mistaken. Like, this could really be it for some of this nonsense.
It could be. And sorry for bringing up U.S. stuff. Yes, it does affect me. And actually, we found out 20% of our audience is U.S. So
20% and counting.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's New Mexico doing New Mexico things. I really hope, although my expectations are not high, because this is the last last year for our governor, and she can't rerun.
Oh, do you guys have rules about that?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So yeah, she's done after this, but blue state, probably be another Democrat getting in there, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched a magnificent video on this while I was I was at work. If I'm honest, I was doing paperwork. I don't know anything about him, but he was somebody fighting this, and he's like, it's either gonna die on the house floor, or it's gonna die on the court floor. But this is gonna die before it's over. And I was like, I like your spirit. We need more of that. Yes to that.
Yeah. Well, and it's under the normal guise of, we gotta get guns off the street and that, and so like they're going after, the big part of the bill is actually going after FFLs.
Right. Yeah. They pulled a bunch of that stuff up in Washington. They're being real hard on FFLs for like 2 years of data like management stuff.
Yeah, and you have to be 21 to work in a gun store and stuff. And it's like, really, like, the gun stores are not the problem.
Nope. But so I'm not gonna quote specifically, but I think they're quoting that somewhere in the 70 to 75% of the guns that they're finding used in crime were at some point legally purchased. Which is like, great.
Really?
100% of the cars that are used in crime were at some point legally purchased.
Yeah, like that means nothing.
Yeah. At 100% of the precursors for things were purchased legally at some point. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. We're in the upside down. People can't logic, and this siloing of like the us versus them. We can't use logic because logic is the enemy. I don't know, man. It's exhausting.
Yeah, but yeah, it's funny because, well, it's not funny. It's not funny, haha.
Not.
It's funny coincidental that I left the country to get away from crap, and I haven't gotten away from crap. I still have to deal with stuff being threatened all the time.
At the very least, I will say that they handle their bans a wee bit different. They're like, we're not going to take away anything that y'all already have. Like, yeah, we'll destroy the businesses. Yeah, screw anybody new. But we're not even going to think about trying to come after what folks already have, because that would be a failure just from the start.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
And no, it's not as bad as Canada for people who are going to get mad at me for making the comparison. It's just, it's frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah. The grass is always greener. I'd still rather have your problems, my friend.
Yes. I'd still rather deal with the problems I have right now than what Canada is.
Yeah, you just got to figure out what state you're moving to next.
Yeah.
Oh, no. In all seriousness. So we've got one more, news point, and we all knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So we had a first mass shooting in 6 years in Canada, Tumbler Ridge, British Columbia. Unfortunately, nine people were killed, and less unfortunately, the person who did that horrible thing also took their own, life in their hands. It's the one thing that it's been frustrating because very clearly the RCMP learned something from their last big mistake screw up that was the 2020 Nova Scotia incident. But this time they released just zero information, like refused to confirm anything for so long that people spiraled. Some poor soul's photos got spread all over the internet. They're still being spread all over the internet. I feel bad for that person because that was not the individual in question.
Oh, was there a scapegoat out there? I have no idea.
Yep. Yeah, which is pretty typical, right? This whole jump into conclusions.
Reddit jumps on and it's like, oh, I found this picture, and then it just goes.
It's like lighting a road flare in a dry field on a windy day. It's just like it goes like wildfire, and it did. And that person whose photos were shared all over the internet, I feel bad for them. Seeing that this is like sparking some real us versus them, right versus left stuff. I don't love to see that either. I have to appreciate. I really have to appreciate our. It's weird to say our government on both sides, for the moment, has actually been pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Like by this point, Trudeau had already banned thousands of guns, and he had already put the chief of the RCMP in a position where she would eventually lose her job, right? So I do have to take my hat off to the powers that be in our federal government and as well as the Conservative Party for not immediately jumping to politics, like not immediately exploiting this. Polly tried a little bit, but even they've been kind of chill. And I think that there's some social reasons for that. Some of the demographics around the person who did commit the shooting, I think are playing into why the politics have not been maybe as hardly played. I'm dancing around it. I am, but I don't care. I'm glad that cooler heads have prevailed a little bit and said, hey, you know what? We're going to take a beat. We're not going to go dance on graves today, because like last time this happened, boy, the music was playing. And at this point, we had an entire party just dancing their little hearts out, trying to take away anything that they could and exploit this. And, I hesitate because I have obviously all of us have a vested interest in this. I hesitate to I have feelings about this. I know we all do. And we can all point to if 6 years of gun bans didn't really stop this one, eh? And
that comes across. That's not a main argument for me.
No.
I definitely have some stuff to say about it. For one, we'll start off no speculation.
No.
Since we're done praising the government and them for keeping their mouth shut, which yes, they deserve the commendation for that. They've kept their mouth shut. They haven't rushed to bleed into emotion politics.
Yet.
Yes, for the time being. You mentioned the RCMP learned something. Looks like they just learned something on the PR side.
Yeah, oh yeah, that side.
Because just like in 2020, there was red flags.
Yep.
This one, he actually went even further.
Yep.
Because now this has come out that the firearms were removed from the house due to a mental health call to the household.
Yep.
They were later petitioned to be returned to the house, which they were. There was actually, I won't say this next point because I haven't heard the official. I haven't heard it being fact, just more speculation. So, but the simple fact is, mental health issue at the house. Apparently,
yes.
throughout the years, been there a number of times, many concerns.
Yeah.
Firearms removed from the house, got the firearms back into the house. So it's a known thing. Like,
all right, Tony, you'll get a chance in a second. I'm sorry, I don't want to hog this. All right, I'm on the fence about this one, Kyle. I am of mixed feelings because I completely agree. It annoys me to no end that the perpetrator of the Nova Scotia 2020 shooting, the police were warned multiple times that guy had illegal firearms.
Yep.
This incident is slightly more nuanced. I put myself in the position of just being a legal firearms owner in a house with other people. Like, right, I have roommates. Somebody could have a mental health issue. There could be a similar situation. Somebody in the house could have a mental health issue. I would feel strongly about having my firearms removed from the house because of somebody else's issue. Now, again, I know the point that you don't want to make because we have not confirmed that, and I respect and appreciate it, and I agree. We shouldn't speculate on uncertainties. Now, if I were a parent to someone in that situation, I do in fact know some people who have been in this situation with a loved one who has a mental health issue, and they were proactive. They got the guns out of the house. You know what I mean? They're like, you know what? Because I will say that the RCMP, even in the time of all the gun bans and all of this stuff, the RCMP are pretty chill about you storing your firearms with somebody who can lawfully store them in this exact situation.
Yeah.
So they
absolutely.
There is a level of proactivity that the people in the house who own the firearms do have, in my personal opinion, a little bit of responsibility to at least like consider that. I'm not putting this on them in any way. I'm just, this was
a major breakdown on so many levels.
Yes.
On so many levels. I'm not just putting it on the RCMP.
No.
I said that because, okay, obviously not obviously, because you can't trust them for that. So you would like to think, hey, they allowed them to go back to the house. They did some checkups and things were good. Well,
yeah.
A year later, obviously not. One big point I want to make is you've danced around it. I'm not going to come out and say the one thing, but one thing I will say, because it doesn't just involve that one particular aspect of it, is as a society, when are we going to stop encouraging and enabling mental disorder?
Yep.
Psychiatrists aren't doing a thing about it.
They're not allowed.
And a society as a whole is encouraging and enabling mental illness.
Yep.
And until that is corrected, we're going to see more of this. Doesn't matter if it's with guns, with hammers, with knives, with rocks. We will see more of this.
I think,
maybe not to this extent, but yeah, you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean, and yeah, we'll play around the edges of this a little bit because you all know how I feel about it too. And we live, like, not you, but we live in a country where, hey, psychiatrists' hands are tied. There is one acceptable stance, and it is support affirmation at all costs.
No.
And then you've got the other end of this spectrum, and I'll be very careful about how I say this, but you've got a community that it just is so damn polarized, where if you are not actively affirming, you are the enemy. And in the times as polarized as they are right here and now, an us versus them, you aren't with us, you're against us, you're the enemy mentality. This is the result of that. Like when we lose the ability to empathize, and we lose the ability to see people who we disagree with as people and as human beings with feelings and the right to continue to exist.
Well, it's the fear of making people upset. You have to have everyone have a warm, fuzzy feeling all the time on every interaction. And it's like, no, do them a favor and get them the help they need and deserve. It's not out of anger or hate or anything. It's actually out of love. Like, provide people the help that they deserve. It's going to be rough at first.
I mean,
And they may not like you for a bit, but
it all comes back to the same thing. I mean, like, honestly, every time there's an incident like this, we have some version of the same conversation. There is almost no mental health support in this country. Nearly none. Nearly none. And the little bit that's there, like, oh, don't get me wrong.
it's this continent. It's not just the country, it's the continent.
I know. It's true. It's the same problem North America wide. I will completely agree with you. And it doesn't seem to matter how many times we have this conversation. It doesn't matter. And nobody, you know what really drives me crazy? We there's a whole list, and I should pull it up, and I might after this might go on just a little rant for a second. But man, nobody seems to clue in. We have banned guns. Every time something like this happens, ban. Let's ban some more. We didn't ban hard enough last time. We got to ban more. Look at the Australians. They have been waving the flag of look at how good gun bans work. And then the second that gun ban didn't stop another tragedy, we got to ban some more guns.
Yeah,
we can't
ban harder.
We got to ban harder next time. We got to keep that ban train going. We got it wrong last time. We didn't go hard enough. And there is nobody willing to have a true and honest, reasonable conversation about what mental health reform and, just some criminal justice reform. It's like those two things, like together, would solve a lot of this problem, huge amounts of this problem. Because you cannot convince me that somebody who walks into a school or goes and rents a U-Haul and takes it for a GTA style drive across the city, along the sidewalks, you can't tell me with a straight face that person is mentally well. Nobody who is mentally well does that. Nobody who is doing well does that. And in a country, especially a country like Canada that prides itself on its social safety net. Oh, we look after our own. Like to the point of being a little bit kind of rude about how proud we are about that. We do a pretty piss poor job looking after our own. And this is the consequence.
Yeah.
And you're right. Tough love, that honesty is a thing. We can't be honest. We can't. Facts, don't matter anymore. Feelings are all that matters, and only specific feelings. And God help you if you have triggered my feelings, because that makes you the enemy and you're wrong. And now I can attack you. And that's, I don't know, man. Like, I consider myself a pretty empathetic person. I really do try my best to live that whole, just treat people the way you want to be treated to the best of your ability. I like to be left alone. I want people to leave me alone to the best of their ability. And it's just like, it feels like every time I turn around, there's less and less of that.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is a gun show, folks.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel for everyone there, even the individual who went and did all this.
Yes.
I mean, I absolutely feel for him, because he had to have been in a place of pain. Or I'd be really interested to know what was going on, because you're like you said, a normal person, a well person doesn't go do this.
No.
And
I go back and forth on how interested I am in the why. I do give very, very little credence and even less respect to somebody who makes that decision. Because you haven't just ruined 9 other people's lives. Every one of those people had a family, had extended family, friends.
You've affected the lives of that entire town and surrounding area at the very least.
Yeah, thousands of people have been affected by this. And that, and the problem is really, great. I can say the RCMP learned some lessons. You're right. They learned some PR lessons and very little else. Our media hasn't learned a single thing. Part of what had me in such a gross space, why I'm sorry, Tony, I really wasn't in the mood to hang out by the time it was time to hang out yesterday. It was the media.
Fair enough.
Vultures sitting there excited at the prospect to talk about this horrendous thing. And it's because that is in and of itself this huge feedback loop, which tells every poor soul who's suffering, who hasn't been able to access help, who hasn't had people be honest or treat them, with that hey, if nothing else, you can get some attention. You can affect people this way, and that's not good. It's not.
Well, and just like people might notice, we haven't said the name.
Nope.
And we're not gonna.
Won't do it.
What's the word for it? Don't let a good disaster go to waste.
I mean, that has been the liberal motto
media looks
for a
at
long
it.
time. Yeah. And yeah, it's just gross. But anyway, I am sincerely hopeful that the optics around some of the social things keep the powers that be from going too hard on the political side of this. They might. I could be wrong. I could eat those words next week. We could hear,
Well, no, you're hoping. It's not you're saying that you think. You're hoping.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I am the eternal optimist. I am hoping believe me, like locally, trust me, I've had this conversation 10 times today. Just like, especially today. I am hopeful. And we have both as a community, as a country, we have an opportunity to do the right thing and not politicize this. Maybe we can take this as an opportunity to do something other than the thing that we have done over and over and over again with completely zero success.
And maybe actually do something that might help.
I would love that. I would 100% support that.
That would be refreshing.
You know what I would love to see? I would really love to see every one of the $750 billion that they're, $750 million, I misspoke, $750 million that the government has earmarked for, coming after folks that are, generally stable and licensed. I would love to see that go into mental health reform. How many like psychiatrists do you think that could pay for? Like how many hours of therapy could that pay for?
Yeah.
And
actually let them do their job.
How many like mental health outreach facilities could that fund? Some of those places run on no money at all. And I'm just like, okay, I mean, even if you split that up between like 75 different facilities across the country and gave them each $10 million to operate for the next 10 years, like how much more good could we do with that?
Mm-hmm.
Infinitely more.
Yeah.
Infinitely
exponentially more good doing it that way. Yep.
Yeah. And on top of it, you take some of the pressure out of, because like this is the other thing, like this is just like another pressure point on this thing, because this gun ban is a big thing, right? Like we're sitting here watching the clock actually tick now, and it's frustrating because like it really does feel sometimes like they are pushing and squeezing until something bad erupts.
Good analogy. They're wrapping elastics around the ball or around the watermelon, waiting to see which one's gonna make it burst.
Yep. And I would just love to see a little bit of effort. And like I said, I'm hopeful. We will see next week, and we will see for the coming weeks what the situation is. If I don't see Natalie's face for a little while, I'll be happy. But I don't know. We'll see. I appreciated the tone shift that we've seen, and I hope it continues. And I really do hope that we're able to continue to have the dialogue on the gun ban and have this not really be a big part of that, because I don't actually believe the two are super linked. Like I don't think a minor getting illegal access to, their family's firearms after committing a horrible act to their family as well, I don't actually see how much that has to do with me. I just don't.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess we'll see. Cool. So, and right, I'm driving the ship. Now, after that somber tone, who's ready for some new gun stuff? Tony, you want to?
Well,
oh,
should probably keep the somber.
Oh.
Right.
I forgot. Yeah. All right, fine. We did have a... God, man, it has been a rough week.
It's non-stopping. This week has been.
We did have another sort of sad tragedy. Well, definitely sad tragedy. There was a murder-suicide in Quebec as well. I don't know very much about this one, but I did know
No,
it
me
happened.
neither.
Yeah.
This one is new out of today, I believe. It's father and then two of his child.
I didn't need
I
that
guess he
information. man.
executed would be the best description.
Yeah.
God.
And that's
then-
where we're
And
gonna
that
leave
we're
it.
done. Nope,
Yep.
that's it.
Yeah.
New
So-
gun stuff, everybody.
Oh,
New
no
gun
details.
stuff.
New gun
That
stuff.
was more details that I needed tonight,
Yeah.
Tony. All right. So, all right. Let's Kyle, you mind clicking that link? Let's go visit our friends at PSA. Folks, we are gonna shift gears. we're gonna start cruising in a different direction.
Oh,
and
it's a
have to
video.
go. Yeah. Oh,
It's a video. Just open it up. We'll show it.
show it without sound.
You
I don't
got
know.
like no, it's a 16-minute long video.
Come on, Tony. Can you give us a clip next time?
No, because
What are we talking about?
So we're talking about a PSA Oaken because Dustin was thinking it will never come out, but fellow YouTuber Hop from TFB TV did a review on it. Basically, it's this lower receiver for the Jackal Gen 1 Jackal.
Yeah.
Well, basically, it's a not a buffer tube recoil system AR long stroke thing. The overall thing is it's not very good. That's all you need to know. It's creative.
So the gun that I said wasn't going to come out.
Quick and brief is in the description. Bufferless AR upper bullpup conversion.
Right. That's
pretty much. I think they have some other company has done it too. It's just PSA is offering this kind of as a conversion kit. You can buy as a whole gun too.
You should pause it there just so we don't use too much of their video. So what you're saying is the gun that I said was never going to come out came out and it's not good.
Yeah, pretty much. At least it's creative. At least made it. So that's good.
I'm glad they made it.
Yeah. Yeah. They made something. So yeah.
They made something. So that's good.
Gosh. Oh, Tony. Is PSA coming out with anything else this year, or is it just that?
Oh God, we
just
don't
the
know.
stuff that nobody asked for.
It's like, I've got a list of stuff that PSA could come out with like tomorrow, and I would be thrilled. And it just doesn't seem like they're in any way interested in bringing out just stinking any of it. So I do know that because Tony went to, oh my gosh, that is really bright. Because Tony went to a gun store that I actually love and care about, Italian Sporting Goods, shout out. They're actually not far from my house, and I have spent some money there before. They've got good sales on things.
Yeah, they have clearance and special sales on some Weaver rings, as I mentioned, Magpul stuff.
You're talking the Weaver stuff. Look at the tally rings, $200 down to $100.
That's true. What else do they have? They have
hats.
Magpul backpacker stock for your PC. If you have a friend in the States who is looking for a backpacker stock for his PC9, that would be great. They have some RCBS reloading stuff, Hornady brass in very weird calibers. As I mentioned, 475 Limbach, 338 Marley Express, something like that. So
holy cow.
Yeah, go check them out.
Oh, yeah, they're
26 Nosler, 120 for 65.
Oh,
wow.
Whoa.
Almost 50.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Yeah, down from 120.
Wow.
That's actually a really good deal. I did just put a little link in the chat there. When you're done, let's keep cycling through this for a second.
6.5 PRC, regular 237.49, 149.99.
Oh, they got some screaming deals.
Yeah.
Come on down to Italian Sporting Goods, folks. It's Vancouver Renfrew, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Vancouver
like it's not your normal like 5-10% off. Like they are some smoking deals.
Yeah. The good folks at Italian Sporting Goods are pretty awesome, if I can be honest. If you can, you should drop into the actual store. They're pretty fantastic. And then but check them out online as well. Like their sales are live online, and some of their deals are not your, like you said, not your average 10% off. Tony, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
Since
now I know why you bought those.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy cow!
It's really, really cheap.
Oh, no wonder you bought 3 of them. It was
Yeah.
buy one
You
get
buy,
2 free.
yeah, you bought
Pretty
3 for the
much.
price
I
of
bought
one.
3 for the price of one. It's great. I had to pay the extra taxes, but that was okay.
Wow, I am a sucker for like a buy one get one free deal. If anything's even close to 50% off, I'll just buy 2. Like,
Lots of reloading stuff.
Yeah, that's the reloading stuff. And Nicks and Knacks.
well, I mean, everybody's gonna have a little mix and knacks, but this is I guess it is the season for like some good clearance deals before like new stuff comes online for the spring. That makes sense.
50 pack of Winchester 243 Win Super Shells, unprimed brass, regular
What's super
$80
about it?
on for $20.
Maybe I should have bought that too. Oops.
You want me to go buy it for you, Tony, and send you some?
No, I think it's Adriel who needs the 240. Is it 243 Winchester or 243 Winchester Super?
It's Winchester Super.
Winchester Super. Yeah.
What is that?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure, and I'm not familiar with that one.
Because I know Winchester likes to use the super naming scheme.
Yeah,
It could be anything.
I'd have to ask before. Wait, go back up. What was that stock?
ATI.
Oh, okay, never mind. It's fine.
$20 though.
Yeah, I don't even for $20. I don't need to spend $20 for something that's going to sit in a bin on
100
okay.
for those people still shooting 40 Smith and
The
Wesson.
majors,
Yeah,
yeah.
all 2 of you.
Yeah,
There's-
unprimed 100 pack, $25.
For a 100 pack. That's they're losing money. At that
Price down from $72. Yeah, well, they've been probably sitting on the shelf forever because nobody shoots 40 anymore.
Yeah, they must be doing a proper spring cleaning. These prices
Wait,
are.
what was your DV3 gun in? 9?
Yeah, I use now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some dealery dues.
Oh, yeah. So
Oh wow, the Sierra bullets 270. Holy cow! I don't shoot at 270s. I probably didn't pay attention
Yeah.
to it. $30 for a box of 100 Sierra bullets. That's
I'm
yeah.
man, especially if you reload some of these more I hesitate to use the word boutique calibers, but off the beaten road
that's
calibers.
common, I guess.
Wait, is
Lapua
it?
mag. 2
Really?
die for $40. Holy crap!
Huh.
Well, do you still have a Lapua mag? I should have just bought one. Bought the die.
you
It's
buy
like,
the die, now you have to buy the
Yeah, I
gun.
need an excuse for buying a rifle, right?
Hey, look,
Got
there's
it.
some scope mounts you can break, Tony.
Yeah, I know it's good.
Yeah. So okay. So yeah, I mean, if you need some stuff, check out international or Italian Sporting Goods. They're some smoking deals.
Yeah, they're also good people. The reason I don't walk into that store more is because I never walk out with the same amount of money as I started.
That
Yeah.
sounds reasonable.
Now, so Firearms Outlet Canada got a whole bunch of Henry, got a big shipment of Henry lever guns in. This one's my favorite out of all of the ones that they've got.
Really? You like the X model? Fair enough.
I like it for a few reasons. It's kind of tactical. I can put a.
Sounds like you need a carbon fiber barrel, though.
I mean, yeah, I'm not that fussy. I can mount a light on this one, Tony. I can mount a light.
fair
I can mount a couple of things. I like that it's got slightly bigger than normal loop. It's not quite the big loop, but I think I could get some gloves in there.
Yeah.
This one's in 357. Everything else about it has been done correctly. It's got a side loading gate and side eject. It's got some threaded muzzle, solid iron sights. Like, this looks like a rock solid lever gun.
They have M locks on the side, so you can put your laser designator on it too.
Exactly. Yeah, you can mount all kinds of cool stuff with that M lock because it's on both sides. So, if anybody's looking for a good lever gun, Henry's been a good, reliable brand for a good long time, and maybe go check out Firearms Outlet Canada because they got a big shipment and their prices aren't horrible. Like $1,500, and this it was like $1,450.
That's pretty standard price.
That's
pretty good price actually, and 357 generally speaking either demands more or they're not available.
Well, that was what I was going to say. That's why posted that one in particular because like you can find lots of lever guns in 30-30 and stuff like that. But if you want like the 357, especially because it's like not as expensive as 44, I have a hard time finding them. They're not usually around very long, and very rarely, like I haven't seen a Henry for sale for less than $1,500 in a long time. So.
And I was wondering about this. The receiver is drilled and tapped for scope mount.
Oh,
so you can have your EOTech on it too. It's great.
Oh, I should do that. That's a good idea. Yeah, or maybe an aim point. I could put an aim point on.
Space Marine. Space Cowboy, not Space Marine.
It's all Space Cowboy. You gotta know me, Tony. But yeah, go check out Firearms Outlet Canada. They've got a whole shipment of Henry guns from 4570, the only government any of us ever trusted, all the way down to 357. They got some 44s, a couple of different flavors. They got the stainless, they got the black, not that classic wood look. Got that too. Yeah, I just felt like that was something cool to share. Didn't make it into the show notes because it was in my email, and I very rarely add to the show notes. I'm the worst. Oh goodness.
All good.
So I don't know about you guys. Like I feel like somewhere in there we had a moment of a main topic that was.
We could call it that, yeah.
I don't want to call it that. Is there anything else we could have for a main topic today? I'm struggling. I'm struggling.
I don't think you can milk one out, man.
No.
I think that one's.
We're already at hour and a half, anyways. So
no, we did good. We don't need to do any more. So thank you guys for listening to my little ramble. And please remember that there is light at the end of this tunnel. I know it is hard for all of us. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Trust me. I'm gonna be the optimist for all of y'all out there. Not just you two, but for all of y'all out there. If you're listening and you're feeling down, feeling low, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be all right. We're all gonna get through this together. And with that, let's move on to listener feedback. Now, I know that Tony loves reading out the YouTube comments, but we've started to get a few because of the content from SHOT Show, and like I don't know if we're gonna have to like and if this little project of mine catches fire in the next few months, we might have to come up with like a strategy for reading comments. But Tony, do you have comments queued up there? Is that something you're equipped to do?
Let me see if I can pull them up. I do have the account logged in, so maybe I can.
I'm not gonna lie, like
there's a few of them here.
I did glance at them and I was like, oh no, we are going to be reading comments for half of the show. And so what I challenge you, Tony, because there were I would love if you could sniff out the two from Eddie, because I know they're there. And then I don't know, like maybe let's pick like 3 or 4 for now that like either seem relevant. Also, if there's anybody complaining, I want those because I would love to respond. I'm just going to verbally respond. I don't care if they listen. First person that whines about us talking about America.
Let's finish Eddie's homework first. Kelly, good to see you back on the show too. So the deer didn't want to hang out around the hot tub last hunting season? Question mark. I guess maybe that didn't work out. Dave, good to see you on the show again. I've got Magpul Hunter stocks on some rifles too. I like their ergonomics and stiffness. I think they have a aluminum mini chassis in them. What's with your gigantic muzzle brake on your 223? Is your Para Ordnance 1911 a long slide? I don't know what he is referring to for long slide, like a 6-inch gun, or so we'll have Dave answer these questions. I'm guessing the muzzle brake is probably from his rifle, like semi-auto rifle back in the day, so probably good to see. Tony, seeing you are not into finger roofs for your newly acquired 1911, how about wraparound grips with a flat front? I haven't seen them personally. I know they probably exist. Packmeyer is probably the only people in that game. Show off the 2026 SHOT Show videos. I'm still interested in stuff we are not legally allowed to have right now. That might be a strategy we have to push for in 2027. There's a lot of stuff we just looked at.
No, there's other
and
stuff.
then
Dustin and I have to get busy. So
We really do. Anyway.
So I see there's quite a few comments on the CamPro videos. I'll cover those. Key Up 2626, a fantastic company, used a lot of their bullets too. VP Sailing as copper weights. It depends on a caliber, but Adriel had a note saying they have 150, 165s for caliber, which is in the traditional sense a little bit heavier. Barnes is often known for having their 308 in a 130 grain weight.
You get
YT Uploads 9742. Why not 223556? Those cartridges are notoriously shot out of a 1 in 7 twist, which is too fast for 50 to 55 grain bullets due to them being too shorts. And all copper bullets made for longer. Since there's no lead, it will be stable. I'm guessing the 223 is probably coming out. They're starting from, and I think he or she is mentioning about the copper bullets specifically. Not a lot of provinces in Canada let you hunt with a 223, so that could, like, from a market perspective, that may be a consideration.
Yeah, there's even fewer guns that you can hunt with in that cartridge now too, right? Like the benefit with if you're hunting with like a 223 was usually that you'd be hunting with semi-auto, and we just
yeah. Well,
I want to clear up something in that comment.
Mm-hmm.
The whole too fast for 1 in 7.
Yeah, I don't think it's too fast.
No, I shot competition for years out of a 1-7 twist with 55 grain bullets. Out to 500 first round hits. They're fine. No, the factory ammo out of a 1 in 7 grain, 223 barrel. First shot hits at 500. It works fine. Is it ideal? No, you're better off with a 1 in 8 or 1 in 9. But to say I just don't want people who don't know to get the idea, oh, I can't shoot it out of 1.7. No, you can. It's fine.
And I see Redneck Chemtech 7621 mentioned, except 50 to 55 grain bullets works just fine in 1.7. And I've only seen bullets that says require minimum twist rate. I haven't seen maximum twist rate.
Yeah, well, the twist rate is a little bit fast for a 55 grain bullet. Like if you're shooting like F class or something like that, yeah, no, you're shooting 55 grains. Yeah, you're gonna probably want a 1 in 9 twist. I like a 1 in 8 because that gives you a good span between 55 to 77 grain bullets. But like I said, I shot for years out of a 1 in 7 twist, shooting just 55 grain, and did just fine. So unless you're like super precision, you're fine.
I appreciate the insight there. Now, Tony, are there comments on any other videos?
There's a few comments. Oh wow, there is a comment about the HNR T48, so the American test file in Espanol.
Well, that doesn't help us. Do you speak Spanish? Because I don't.
We will get Kyle to read it one other time, I guess.
Well, I will read the first quotations just because it just sounds awesome.
Okay.
La ignorancia nos es osados.
I'm guessing it's saying you ignorant pig or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Something with the U.S. Army, and yeah, we'll have to translate that one.
That is funny. I know because, I didn't say they weren't at SHOT Show last year because I wasn't there. I just say I haven't seen Well, which is true because they haven't released it to market yet. I haven't seen an HIR file. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Again, I'm not great at firearm history, I have to say. I will pick out Frank YG2383's comment on Dustin checking out the TM22. I know you love that shoot, Dustin. The short area DYP12 C401 pump action 9mm that takes Glock mags. I hope they come to Canada soon. It looks like a pump action 22, but in 9mm. I don't know why it wasn't displayed on SHOT Show. They had the bolt action on display. Yeah, that's what we saw too. We didn't see the pump action. I do, again, as I mentioned, I do have that particular concern with their pump action 22 that I didn't have a lock mechanism in the front position, in battery position. Maybe the 9mm will be different, but hard to say. Maybe my concern is especially for people who are just plinking and, trying to go fast, there could be a chance of out of battery, like how my PR did. So
it's an interesting comment, and nowhere near what. Sorry, I jumped in there.
No, the whole translation.
Yeah, and not at all what we were thinking.
What does it say?
It says, "Ignorance makes us bold," he says. I didn't know H&R manufactured FAL rifles. It was a company that supplied the units for the U.S. Army to test, along with the M14, to see which performed better and be declared standard issue. Just because I wasn't born back then doesn't mean I couldn't have known, especially if I'm a scholar of the subject.
That's cool. At least I absorb a lot of the knowledge from Gun Jesus, Ian McCollum. So he did do a SHOT Show video on this subject last year, and he did mention like the intention of it, and he covered other like modern reproduction guns, for example, like the Department of Energy Colt SMG. That's a repro by H&R as well, PSA. So yeah, there's always things you can learn, right?
Always.
Absolutely. All right, I think that's a good amount of listener feedback from the YouTube videos. Kyle and I do really have to edit some of ours. You got to send me a link so I can access the other
we'll
site.
Talk after the show.
But I will say, we also do in fact have an email address. Now, back in the day, and I'm old, I'm getting older every day, man. I used to email this show. I was in fact a listener, loved writing in, and now as a host, I love hearing from people. Now, I love you, Eddie. I know you're listening, and I adore every email every time you send us a message. It's a delight. I also like, going to the range with you. But I would love to hear from some of our listeners. I know there's a bunch of you listening out there. I don't know why you're so shy. Drop us a message. Shoot us an email. We have no listener feedback via email today, and I think that's a tragedy. A travesty, even, if you will. So if you are in any way even gun curious, if you want to talk about guns, you've got a question, comment, suggestion even, we want to hear from you. So send us a message at slamfireradio@gmail.com, and I'll read it out on the air. Well, somebody will. I'll probably try, just because I'm trying to get better at reading and, not sounding like a doofus. So I want to hear from you guys. Talk to us. Give us a little input. What do you love? What do you hate? What do you want to see more of? What do you want to see less of? Do you want to find out who kidnapped Tony and why he's in this dark room? Do you want to see some other cool things get filmed in the near future with this cool new background that I have, my little gun here? Do you want to see some cool stuff from El Jefe over there? Mr. Kyle, as he gears up for competition season, he's building some cool guns, and that would be some cool stuff to see in the Patreon. I know I've been kind of pushing him to see some cool competition content this year. But you know what's going to really motivate him? A little bit of like listener feedback. That's the best positive motivation that there can be. We are here for you. We are entertainers. One might even call us influencers. But only if we've got a population to influence. So talk back to us. I know you're out there. I want to hear from you. Give us a message. You can comment on the YouTube, but the comments are starting to get a little bit more busy, and I don't want you to get missed. And I love a good long format, email. Send us a message, slamfireradio@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. And with that, you guys, we also have a Discord server. Discord's actually usually pretty bumping. There's some cool folks in there. There's some cool stuff getting posted. Our Patreon this year, it is a personal interest of mine to start focusing on that a little bit more as I start ramping up some content that I've got kind of in the works. I've got some cool things coming this year, you guys, and I think Kyle does too. And I think this is the year that you might want to, like, our Patreon. You can just jump in there for like whatever you want to donate. I don't think we have tiers, so check out our Patreon. Definitely jump in our Discord. We don't even charge for that. That's free. That little, pile of crazy that is our Discord server, that's just us on, free. You get access to us for free. And then obviously also Spotify. I think we're on Spotify.
Well, yeah, the podcast is
everywhere that you get to listen to podcasts. We've been around a long time. We're on all the general podcast places, Apple, iTunes. Yeah. I don't know. I sound like a boomer now. Also, if you like to buy gun stuff, and I know that you do because this is a gun podcast, we have a link for Bass Pro Canada, and we have a Brownells link. And I tell you what, with that link, that helps the show out a little bit. At some point, helps us with our production value. And we're going to share some of the cool things that you buy with the world. Now, obviously, we'll anonymize that. But we will, once every so often, a couple of times a year, read out what other folks bought. I'll judge you harshly, as I'm known to do. Tony will judge you more harshly, as he's known to do. And Kyle will probably be like, I bought 4 of those, amateurs.
Oh, jeez.
and Adriel will have bought at least 1 and sold 1 by the time we've read out what you bought. But this is all part of you taking part in this experience. You are part of the Slamfire family. If you are listening, you're part of us. So, talk back. All right. And with that, you guys, we've come to the shout outs. Now, I don't know about the rest of you. I actually want to shout out Kelly. She's got the reason she's not on tonight, because she was going to be. She's got some family stuff going on. She could use some support and love from all of us. So I'm going to shout out Kelly. Love you. And, we can't wait to have her back. I refuse to shout out Dave. He just doesn't like us and doesn't want to come on because he's old and tired. You're right. Check out Ian Runkle on the as he was a guest on Kelly's She Shoot podcast, and definitely check that out, because I think they've rebranded. It's all their own thing. Go check them out because it's an awesome podcast. I was also on an episode. Go check them out. Okay. And I guess I'm getting another shout out. Hey Eddie, I'm giving you a shout out too. It's on the teleprompter, man. So shout out to Eddie. Man, I'm so busy. I want to go shoot guns with you again. And I didn't even have time for lunch today, but I promise we will shoot guns. And if nothing else, let's hook up for a beer or something. It'd be good to catch up. Tony, shout outs.
I'll give a shout out to our listener and email writer, Chris. Hopefully we have answered most of your questions in the email. I know there's a few we haven't posted. Arrow Precision wasn't there. As you may or may not know, we did a short on the Glock COA. It's there. We didn't see silencer code there. At least I didn't. So we couldn't answer your question there. On the SDS import, I believe Adriel did take a picture. Yes, there are TSIS 1911s coming in with plates. I believe they're direct mounts, but their optics options are coming. Century Arms roller delay guns, we didn't see any of those. Beretta was really focusing on the 8800 release, so there wasn't any 1301 competition models out there. We like try. They have a gigantic boost because it's Beretta, the whole group, Benelli, Tika, everyone's kind of mixed in there, but we just didn't see it. We haven't seen Dove Mounts, no. And HR, I did a video on the FAL, which is kind of old news by now. Again, part of my firearm history, I didn't have a lot of that, so I didn't really know what was old versus new. But I think that gun was in a prominent enough position. I hope they come out with it. That would be pretty cool. Despite we having the FAL as a service weapon, of course, the civilians can't have weapons of war. And that's just the Canadian way. I did a post, and you can see Kelly's post, of course, for She Shoot Podcast. She's a host on there. I'll correct Destin. They haven't really rebranded. They just moved their home a little bit. I did a community post on there. You'll have all the links to their new channel, to their old channel with CUSIF, the Canadian University Shooting Federation. And you can see one of the episodes where Destin's on. So go check that out. What about Kyle?
Not really shout outs, but just people around Tumblr, hang in there. Definitely feeling for you. Unfortunately, you guys have to deal with what you all are dealing with, but yeah, hope things get better and you guys all heal up quick.
Likewise. Well, with that, make sure to join our Discord server because it's awesome. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. I know that not as many of you are watching as could be. Definitely join the CCFR. Oh,
don't forget the raining gun.
Completely forgot about the raining guns, guys. There's a great contest. The Canadian Coalition for Firearms Rights has the biggest gun contest ever. 100 guns they're giving away for $20. You get an entry. It's like you get a 1 in 100 chance to get a gun. I actually did 2 entries just today, and I'm going to do a couple of entries every week. I want some guns. Who doesn't? So definitely check that out. CCFR, it's smack on the front of their website. So if you just Google CCFR, if you've never been there before, and I would be shocked if you guys had never been there before, it's right there. It only runs until the end of March, so get in right now. And with that, we will see you next week. Be nice to each other out there. We love you.
Good night.
Good night, Kelly.
So if you have any comments or questions for the show, please send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Now go grab a gun and shoot something.
When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.